Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of our collaboration live stream with me and Ali. Yet another Saturday. Yeah, so far so good. We've been having fun building stuff, and uh, this episode makes the final episode of us using Tailwind CSS to of us talking about or using anything Tailwind CSS. So yeah, so yeah, let me just give you like a brief intro or something. I'm Tobiloba and I'm a front-end engineer, and we started this collaboration series. And Ali, he's on this side of my screen. So we started this collaboration series, and we've been building awesome stuff. Started with HTML, CSS, and now we use
Mhm.
JS, and then we also use Tailwind as well. So yeah, this makes the final episode of us using Tailwind, and yeah, today we also have something awesome planned for you. So I'm going to let Ali go. He's here. Ali, go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know how long. So hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. So things like we are back for another live stream that we are going to talk about a different technology. Like this time we are going to talk about Tailwind CSS, and for today's live stream. So before giving the idea of this live stream, I have to introduce myself. So I am Ali. So it's been 2 years that I'm coding. So currently I'm a front-end developer because I do really like it. Like I like to work with Next.js, framework motion for adding cool animation, and that's my job. So let's go back to what I was saying. So for today's live stream, me and Toby decided to tell you about 10 tips and tricks about Tailwind CSS. Man, like if you know tips and tricks of something, like that will make your work easy. Like if you know one tips or tricks of something, that will make your work very easy and that will make your work very fast. Like you know these tips and you are going to apply that tips on that technology, then your project is going to be done very quickly. So that's what me and Toby are going to tell you 10 tips and tricks about Tailwind CSS, which will make your work very easy while working with Tailwind CSS. So Toby, are you ready? Should we continue?
Yeah, yeah, I am. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, so let's do it. Like
Awesome.
the like this live stream is going to be like there are 10 tips and tricks, so we are me and Toby are going to explain it one by one. So let's I have already opened this. Like there we are having two files, like alireza.html, this is my file, and Tobiloba is having a separate file which is good for explaining. So I've already opened them with live server. Like this is my file and this is Tobiloba's file. So okay, let's do something this one. So so the first tip that I'm going to teach you is going to be delegate classes. So what do I mean with delegate classes? Like I'm going to add some list, and inside of that another list I'm going to add pre-li,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
pre pre I'm going to say something home, and something like view, and something like share. You see, we are getting some like li list, like home, view, share. So I'm going to give them a color, like something like red, like 800. So for it's just going to the class name that I've added the text red 800 is going to just be applied on the first link. So I won't need the red color to be applied in all the lists. So I'm going to just copy and paste it. You see, we are getting the colors. But this way, like we are just copy pasting like over and over. And instead of using this way, we can also use another way, like we can remove this class name and go and target the UL itself and say class and give it a red color, and it's going to impact all the li list. Like this way, you only need to change the color in one place. But if you use the first method, which you must apply an all list, then it will take too much time, and you're just copy and pasting. So this is the first tip. Like if you give them a text size, you can also do that. Like say text three, like 2XL. Like it's going to impact all the list. So that's the first tip. So Toby, you can say that next tip.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, Ali showed us like something really cool by showing us how we can delegate classes and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to do my own thing now. So let me open my HTML file and look at what I be working on. So extending styles. So yeah, I mean like Tailwind has so many superpowers, and like I mean one of the things that Tailwind gives you is the ability to, apart from the creating classes they've given you like on the fly, Tailwind also allows you to, okay, maybe I don't want to use what Tailwind does. I want to do my own thing. You have the independence to do that. So extending styles is one of those ways you can do that. And yeah, I'm just going to do something very simple. So in this div, I can just do a button here. I've done a button there. So in this button, I'm going to say, hey, oh, sorry, is the button not working? Oh, okay, button. So, hey, like click me or something. Click me, something. So then I'm going to add click me here, add a class name of, let me make it text. Sorry, let me make the text a bit big. Text, like MD or something. That's probably too big. And color, so color of the text like blue or something. Let me do text blue. And BG, that's background color. BG of like slate, BG of slate. This probably looks very bad. Sorry, bad UI. But let's see what we have.
No problem.
What do we have?
Yeah,
Yeah, what do we
like you
have?
need to give the text blue a value like 300, 400, like text
Oh,
blue.
oh, oh, sorry. The wins, the strength rather, the strength. So it needs to have like a strength. Yeah, something we're doing. Very weird framework. But let's see. Oh, this looks
Okay.
very bad too. This looks very bad.
Yeah.
Well, let me try to make it better. Let me try to make it better. I think slit is not good. Maybe like text blue. Okay, use the link. Yeah, so text blue of like 600. So let's see what does that look like. The blue
We
should be
barely
thicker.
see the
Let me reduce.
text.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, reducing like this.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
this is.
right
I
now
just
it's
wanted to
looking
show the
good.
idea. Let me just show the idea, and then padding all around of like two. So P2, give me a padding all around of two, and margin all
Okay.
around of two as well. Sorry, I'm starting the entire button. I just wanted to show something really simple. So now that I've done this, I've made a simple, very simple button with just Tailwind. I'm going to open and then go to my Tailwind config.js. Now I want to add my own style. Now you see that I have done what have I done? I've done like text MD BG Slate 200. But no, I don't want this. I want like my text to have, I want my color, the color of my text in my button to be something that of my own. So I'm going to come to my tailwind config.js and I can add my own style. So you can see here we already have like some pre-configured styles for background, image, and size. So I'm not going to touch any of that. I'm just going to come here, add my own key of color, because color is the CSS property I want to affect, right? I mean, if you know CSS, this
Yeah.
makes sense because all of these guys here that are keys in this object here, they are just like normal CSS classes. I mean, properties that you already know. So yeah, so I'm going to add my own CSS property now, which would be color. Color is like text color, like it affects text color. So I'm going to follow the pattern as in above. You can see I'm just following the pattern. So I'm going to name this whatever I want. I want to name it like primary. Primary is a name that I'm choosing now. So primary is the name that I want to have the styles that I want. So if I add a color to this primary, when I go back to my HTML and I use this primary color, the text primary, I will see that my button would have that color, like the text in my button will have that color. So let me just Google color real quick here. So, Ali, what color do you think? I'm thinking of using an X code or something. Uh,
Some
let me try
like
to
something
Google
like say like write 66A, like six
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 A
A F1.
Six is AF1.
Yeah,
6 is A. Okay, 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 okay. Text primary. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, let me come back to my Tobiloba and HTML. I'm going to change my text blue now. 600. I don't want that anymore. I don't want that. So let me just take this guy out. Uh, I'm just going to change this guy to my primary. If we come back to our HTML and we save that, we should see that we have the color that I added now. Or is that just black, defaulting to black?
yeah. It is black. Like you have to say
It shouldn't.
colors, not color. Yeah,
Oh yeah, colors. Yeah, of
yeah.
course.
Missed.
Colors.
Right now it's working. You are getting a purple
Yeah,
color.
exactly. Exactly. So yeah, we're able to extend the style from like the normal Tailwind classes. I mean, Tailwind already has their own pre-configured styles, but like, we didn't want that. We wanted to have like our own custom color. So we went to our Tailwind config.js. We extended the color property, and then we added our own color and named it primary. So text primary is giving me this color that I have here now. So yeah, Ali, you can go ahead.
Amazing. Okay,
Yeah,
amazing, amazing. Like that was a
yeah,
good
thank you.
trick, to be honest. Like when you're working in a big project, like we have to
Yeah,
put all of our colors in one place so that we can have more
yeah,
focus. Like while we are
yeah.
designing, while we are choosing colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we
Mm-hmm.
use random
And this
color,
was
like yeah, if we use random colors, it will be so complicated.
uh-huh.
Like it will like the project it will be so complex to be like to be built.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you're right, you're right. And this also can work with CSS variables too. You can like declare a
yeah,
CSS variable somewhere and still use it. Exactly. So
exactly.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so then the third tip that I'm going to explain is adding spaces. Like I'm going to remove this class name, class utility classes. So the first way that we can add, I'm going to add some space between these links. So the way that we can do is go and target each list and say something like give them a padding two, like we are getting padding two, or we can also say margin bottom to be two. Like we have to copy this code and paste it over and over so that we can have some space between the links. So if we, it's not a good way, like copy and pasting over and over. So instead of
Yeah,
using, yeah, instead of using this way, we can also use two ways, two methods. So the first method for making our work easy is go and target the unordered like UL element and say class names. Like the first way is use Flexbox. Like if I use Flexbox, all the items, all the links is going to be in a row. So I want them to be column. Like I will say flex column. So if I want to add a space, so I can say gap 4. You see, we are giving some spaces between each links. I can also increase it, something like this. So this is the first way.
yeah.
Like it's very good, like using Flexbox in order to
Mm-hmm.
add a space between the links. So this is the first method, and also it's very good.
Yeah.
Like to be honest, I use
Mm-hmm.
Flexbox every time when adding a space between each element. So this is the first method.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
second method is by one utility classes, and that is space y, and let's give it a value 4. You see, we are getting some space with one utility classes, like 96. Oh no, that's a lot. 24.
Yeah, it's okay,
Something
okay.
like
Yeah,
3.
that
But
looks really nice. That looks really nice. And that's a
yeah,
very good trick as well. I haven't actually used
yeah.
this one. I haven't used this one before.
Like I use the first one, like the
What's going on?
Flexbox, but I don't use the space Y3.
Yeah.
Why? Because let me tell you the reason. Like if we use the space Y3, then we are not like if we add a margin in one of the link, it's not going to work. Like imagine I'm going to say margin bottom to be 4. You see, it's not working.
Mm,
Like if we use the space Y3 or give it a value, then if we use margin bottom for each items inside of that
yeah.
element, it's not going to work. So that's why I'm not using a space y3, the space y
Mm,
utility classes too much, Instead, I'm using the Flexbox,
Uh,
which is very easy and which is very fun. Like everyone is using it, so why
uh,
not? Yeah,
of
yeah,
course, of course. Yeah, right, that's a very good
okay.
trick though. But
Mhm.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. But yeah, I'll definitely play with it after the live stream to see how to explore it more because I haven't used it that much. I just use Flex. Flex is very easy. I can flex
Yeah,
column, and then do the gap, and everything just works out. So
exactly.
yeah, let me go
Okay,
back. Let's go
Toby.
back.
Yeah, you can continue yours. Yeah,
Yeah, let's go. Let's see.
okay.
So avoiding apply class. So yeah, you guys are probably in the live stream where we were talking about customizing your CSS classes, and that live stream was I think last Saturday or something. Yeah, it was last Saturday where we talked about like customizing your CSS classes. So now this apply is one of those ways where you can actually um, get to customize your classes. But is it very efficient? Well, maybe not. It depends on whether or not you really need it in a project. Because most times the reason why we use Tailwind is because we just want to see our styles applied in line and everything working and I can read the code and understand. But when I'm having apply, I have to be using aliases and stuff. But yeah, let me just show you. Let's show you. Let me show you to see what I'm actually saying. So if I come to this button that I've styled here now let me use apply on this button now. Let's see what it will look like. So I'll go to my CSS. Where is my CSS here? So here it is. I'll go to my CSS. Now I'm going to select. Sorry. I'm going to come here to my CSS now, and I'm going to select a class name of button. Now I've done button now. Now I'm going to do at apply. Now I'm just going to come back to my HTML, copy all of the CSS I've written here. I'm going to come back. Now, if you look at the button, you can see all the styles have disappeared. If I really refreshes now, and if you can
Okay.
refresh, if you
Oh,
look
we are
at the
not
button,
getting
all
any.
of the styles have
Yeah,
disappeared.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everything disappeared. So I'm going to come back here, paste the button class styles here. But now I haven't applied the styles here, so the button on our page will still be empty because we haven't technically applied the styles. So to do that, to apply the styles now, using that apply, I'm going to come back to my CSS. I'm going to use the class name of button. So if we apply this class name of button now, and if Ali refreshes, we should see the button start applying. Ali,
Mm. Yeah, we are not getting any design, any style. Sorry.
let's see. Could
You know,
be
the problem is Tailwind CSS is so similar to Next.js and React.js that we can also use
yeah.
components. Like you see, we are using a component
Oh, okay.
and we can use that style over and over. Like we might have lots of buttons in one
Yeah,
page or in one website, so that
yeah.
considered as a component. So to fix the problem, we
Mm-hmm.
need to use this class name and say layers
Add
and
layer.
say
Yeah,
components
component. Yeah.
because
Then paste the
it's just
button
like
too.
a component.
Mm-hmm. So come
Uh,
back.
but what's the problem here?
It could be something very minor. Let's see. At
Buttons.
apply, not applying. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay. um,
layers, components,
we used at layer,
buttons.
right? And then we apply. It should be
Okay, just for checking whether it is working or
uh
not with a simple vanilla
background
CSS.
color, red.
Hey, it's working fine with vanilla CSS.
No, okay, no, no. But it's breaking with Tailwind. Why is this happening? And the directive is right on there. It shouldn't be breaking. But let's see. Let's debug it. Let's debug it.
Yeah,
So
coding is all about bugging
uh
it.
let's debug.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's debug
debugging. Sorry.
it.
Yeah. So plus.
So what could be oh okay. Red is applying, right? Let's apply a simple style instead of like applying the entire thing. Let me delete this and just apply one style and put the semicolon there. Adding of two working. Let me see.
So I
According
will
to the terminal,
restart the tail. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
According to Tailwind
Oh,
CSS
it says text
text
MD. It says text MD. It says text MD does
text.
not exist. That was the error.
Oh, so let's
Yeah,
go
that was the
back.
error. So
Text.
let's take this guy out.
It takes
It
MD.
doesn't actually. It doesn't exist.
I haven't used the text
Let's.
MD. Like I use just text SM, text space, text LG, and text XL. So text MD doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
yeah, refresh it
Yeah,
now.
right
Let's
now
see if
it's
it
working
works.
fine.
So debugging. So we eventually figured it out. Let me make
Yeah.
it bolder, dude. So we're able to
Yeah.
use at apply, and then we're able to figure out that text MD wasn't actually working before because on our
Yeah.
HTML we would not get the error to just still run because I mean it's CSS classes. So if the class does not exist, it's not run. But now that we're using at apply, we were able to tell that okay, text MD doesn't actually exist. So it threw us an error, and then our terminal was going all bonkers because text MD doesn't technically exist. So it doesn't actually exist like in Tailwind class, so unless we created it. But yeah, let me add something to this. I want to make it bolder, so I'm just going to font semi bold to make the button text a bit bolder. So yeah, let's see. Now that I've added that, it should if I really refreshes now, the text
Yeah.
click me should be big, should be bolder now.
Yeah. It's bold, semi bold.
Is it bolder?
Yeah.
Or should I
Yeah.
make it bold? Let me make it
Yeah.
bold.
Just
Let me make
give
it
the
bold.
border radius.
Yeah, let me do that. Border radius.
Yeah.
Uh, border radius of I'm sorry, rounded. Sorry, rounded.
No problem. Okay.
Rounded, rounded, rounded LG. Yeah, rounded LG. Let's see. Is it
Yeah.
rounded on the
And also
edges?
yeah,
And then
let's
over,
let's give it a
over
shadow.
effect.
Shadow.
Oh, shadow. Still applying.
Like you have to say to Excel. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. To Excel. Yeah, like units. Yeah. Shadow to Excel. Applied.
Hmm.
I don't see it. I
Yeah.
don't see it. I don't see it. Is
And
it there?
I
It's
barely
there.
see
Okay.
it, but yes, there is shadow. Don't panic.
No, we can
Yeah.
make it
We
bolder
barely
for
yeah, we
Excel.
barely see it. Yeah.
Let's see. Is it bolder now?
Hmm. Did you add the border?
Oh, BG Slate. I went to do BG Slate. Sorry. Shadow for Excel. Okay. Okay. Now it should be working. Check it out now.
Uh,
It should be
we
thicker.
barely see it.
Ah, it's very tiny, very unnoticeable. Oh, no problem.
Yes.
Let me add the over.
Yeah, no problem.
Let me add the over.
Power effect. Yeah, power effect.
So on over, I want the text to go from primary to like, I want the PG rather to go from slate 200 to PG slate be like lighter or thicker. I think thicker is better.
Like
Sorry.
yeah. So let's test it. Let's test it. There
PG
is
slate
some
400 exists,
problem.
right?
There is some problem.
So
So
the
Shadow
problem
4
is now
Excel
we're getting like
is
terminal.
saying yeah, Shadow 4 Excel doesn't
It's a
exist.
custom class. Oh, sorry,
Oh,
because Shadow 4 Excel, it doesn't
doesn't
actually exist. We can't
exist.
use 2 Excel. Can we use 2 Excel? Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can also use it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
we are
drop
getting
shadow.
yeah.
Zaid is a drop shadow. You can just add a transition to make it a bit slower. You can do like
Yeah.
transition 200, sorry, or duration, sorry. Doing class is always very confusing. 200. So
No
duration
problem.
200. Let's check it out now. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you can
so
also
for
change the
now,
text color. Yeah.
okay. So now, notice how the class is getting longer and longer, guys. Like we're applying
Mhm.
so much styles, and and the text, the amount of CSS we're writing is getting way longer and longer and longer. So now, but I'm coming to make my point soon, very soon. So Ali, what class do you want to add here? You can add a custom
Something like
class, maybe like
white. Something
white.
like
Okay,
white color. Yeah.
let's see now.
And right now it's looking
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, awesome. So I think you guys have been like, if you've been following me, which I hope you have been, you say that I've been writing so much CSS like on one line. Forget that this is Tailwind. Yeah, that is the general idea of Tailwind, writing so much CSS on one line. But at apply makes it very difficult for me. If I was a new developer onboarded on this project and I came to your CSS and I saw like button right here, and I just saw like button here, and I saw that okay, this button has applied all these styles to this specific button. But you told me in the project before that you are using Tailwind. It might be very difficult for me to try to be, debugging and customizing my CSS as I want it, because I mean this button now, I might want to use it for another button, but like to customize it, I can't, just copy the styles very easily. I can like copy like general styles. There are general styles that are here, like padding, margin. I can copy those ones and still use for another button, but I can then customize for my button. But for this now, I might not be able to do that. And like it makes it very difficult to read your CSS because I can see how the other custom styles here and go to my CSS and go use as apply. So it's like generally it's not very ideal to use as apply for in CSS. It's not very ideal. Just write your CSS, just write your tailwind rather, like inline, and let everybody see it out there and like let's know that okay, I can break this, I can change this here and it affects the button in this certain way, all those things here and there. So let me just copy this back and let's take it back to our button. So Control X, I'm going to comment this out. Coming back to my HTML, I'll paste this here. And then the style should still apply. If you refresh, it should still apply.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So it still applies. Perfect. So yeah, you want to go ahead, Ali?
Okay, so Toby did explain like why we have not we we don't need to use the apply classes, and he did explain it very well. So the next tip that I'm going to talk about is going to be opacity. Like I'm going to remove this list and say like I'm going to target the div. I'm going to give it a width and let's give it a black, background black. And inside of that container or div, I'm going to write a text and say hello world. You see the text, like we can see the text. That's because the text with the background are both black. So that's why we can see the text. So in order to see the text, we need the background to have opacity. So with Tailwind CSS, we can do it very easily. So we can say BG, we can use the utility classes and say BG opacity. So right now we can get lots of options. We're just saying BG opacity 10, which is saying like it is equal to 0.1. So I'm going to say something like BG opacity 40, like let's say 20.
Yeah.
You see, we are
Okay.
giving
Yeah, I see.
the container opacity like by utility
Uh-huh.
classes. And
Yeah, I mean, like
also,
this. Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so we can also use this opacity property also with the text. My text color is too dark, so I'm going to give it opacity. So and instead of writing the BG, I can also target the text, like text opacity, give it a value. So that's the best way that Tailwind CSS offering for us. And also the short way of using the opacity is also removing this one,
Mm-hmm.
so we go back to the dark. So I will say slash and say 20. So that's the short way of adding opacity to your text color or background color.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very smart. I mean, like opacity and like I actually just learned this trick recently and it blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is very nice, a very nice trick to use, and this is something I'm definitely going to be employing more and more. So
Yeah,
tip
exactly.
so what how many tips have we done so far? So we've done like 5 tips now. I mean I've done two, you've done two.
Yeah,
So
5.
this is
Yeah.
we've done 5 tips so far. So
Yeah.
moving on. Tricia showed
Yeah.
up and she says, Tricia says, "This is so cool. Thank you, Tricia." Paul says,
Thank you very
"Awesome.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys. Thank you guys." So yeah, back now to my own thing. So Ali,
Mhm.
now Ali has done a lot of work and Ali explained very well. So now let me go ahead and like
Yeah. You
explain.
can continue. Yeah, you can explain your
Yes,
tips.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, so transition is what I'm going to be talking about now. I mean, I've showed you how to use and apply, how to extend your styles, but now the very awesome thing that I'll be going to now is transition. So now, if we come back here now let me show you how transition works rather. So looking at this now, there is something that you should like pay attention to. Watch this now. If I come back to my CSS here. So now I've styled this button, I've given it everything in this world, and it looks very awesome and gorgeous. Well, not gorgeous, but like at least it looks good and all right.
Yeah.
so so yeah, let me just add something real quick to the button. So I mean, if you look at this button has like a text, it has a duration. I mean, we've added like a transition duration to make it slow down when you leave the over state. But I could still add something to this button, just to make it look nicer. So I can use the active state. Now, active state is a state we use is a pseudo state we use in CSS. Like, I mean, maybe if I click on a button or something like that is when the button is actually active. So I want to key into the active state and I want to do something, or, or, yeah, no, sorry, active state. So now in the active state, now I want to add something very, very real quick. Now I'm going to change the background color of it when it's active. Let me change it to like should I make it thicker? Maybe like 700 or something, which is
Yeah,
like
700.
700.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I can transition certain things when we're in the active state, and the active state is when we click on the button. So let me try to transition something. So Ali, I'm using live share, and I don't really have access to the Tailwind extension, so I'm not really seeing any suggestions. I'm going to say
Okay.
transition this. Let me see. Transition works on
Okay.
most things. There's transition all. There's transition. Yeah, you can do it from your end, so you can show it, Ali.
Okay.
Transition
So
all.
transition none. Okay, you can read it. Okay.
Yeah, so there's transition none, transition all, transition like for general transition of all the CSS. There's transition for colors. It affects color, background color, border color. There's transition opacity. I just showed you how to use opacity. So transition opacity, transitions opacity as the name says. There's transition shadow for box shadow, cubic bezier, all these things. And there's transition transform, maybe in case you use like transform property. So now what I want to use in my own case is transition colors. So I'm going to show you something real quick. So let's take out the duration, Ali, because the duration might be conflicting with what we are doing here. Let me take out the
Okay.
duration. Where is it? Where is it? So duration 200. I'm going to take it out now
Mm-hmm.
to make us notice the changes. So let me add transition colors. Transition color. It's colors, right? Transition colors. Yeah.
Colors. Yeah, colors.
Yes. So if we look at it now, what do
Yeah.
we have? So try to click on the button.
Yeah. We are getting a darker background.
Yeah. I mean, you see, it's a bit slower, and like the feel of the button looks realistic. Like the button feels very realistic because like we've added the state, we are keying into the active state, and then we're also transitioning the color to make the button. This the flow of the color is smooth, like it's going smoothly. Transition colors like it's affecting. If you take out that style, we see it will look very weird and awkward. But like, and it will just be changing color very like blinking lights. But with the transition colors
Yeah.
there, we have it such that the colors are just moving smoothly, and I mean, like the VG is like it looks awesome. Like you can actually feel yourself clicking the button. So I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. It's really
Yeah.
awesome.
So yeah, thank you, Ali. Yeah, thank you. So that's another tip added. So that's the sixth tip that we've added so far. So moving on, Ali's turn.
Okay, so we did explain very well. So that's amazing. So about the transition, because it's really very important. Like you have a button, and when you hover it, your padding increase, and you're getting a different background. So you only want your background color to have a transition. So you have to use a transition color in order to have a transition on colors, not on paddings. So put that in mind because it's very important. So the next tip that I'm going to talk about is very important, and that is responsive design. Like it's very important for a developer to make a website to be fully responsive. It's very important. So in order to make that website to be fully responsive, so Tailwind CSS gives extra property. For example, I'm going to remove this class and I'm going to add some class for this h1, which is saying hello world. Let's give it text for
Mm-hmm.
Excel and let's give it a black font weight. So you see, like when you're increasing the size and decreasing the size, we are getting the same font size for the text "Hello World." But I don't want to be like this. Like when I'm in the big screen, so I want the text to be bigger, not small. And when I'm in a smaller screen, I want the text to be smaller. So Tailwind CSS offers extra property for that, which is saying something like which is SM and MD and LG and XL and 2XL, which is saying
Yeah.
like each one of them has a breakpoint. 2XL is 1536 pixel. So it is saying like whenever the screen is larger
Mm-hmm.
than these breakpoints, the size the size must be added. So for example, so
Yeah.
let's like in a smaller screen, I don't want the text to be 2XL. So right now it's 2XL. But when I'm in a big screen, I want the text to be larger. So for that, we have to
Mm-hmm.
say MD, and I want to set the font size of text to be 4XL. So it is saying, like you see,
Yeah.
it's very cool that VS Code offering like what is happening with these utility
Yeah.
classes.
This
So
very nice.
it's
Very
yeah,
nice.
it's very nice. Like it is saying like whenever the screen is larger than 768 pixel, then the font size for the text "Hello World" must be 4XL. So let's check it. So right now I'm in a small screen, so let's increase it. Why it's not happening?
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. That's really cool.
So that means that I'm already in a big screen. So let's say SM.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not happening.
Okay. Oh, SM text. Okay, that's like mobile first. So you apply the general styles first, then on a bigger screen you apply the styles that
Oh
you
yeah,
want
yeah.
to apply. So you should have, yeah, mobile first. So you can just put text for Excel with
Mm-hmm.
the MD. MD. I think it should be MD. MD. Use MD instead. MD should work.
Okay.
So yeah, check it out now.
So for this one, I have to use the div tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So MD, yeah, okay, of course. Yeah, that's perfect.
So I have to make it big. I have to
Mm-hmm.
make it big.
Yeah.
So you see, right now it's working fine.
Yeah, it's working
So right
fine.
now, yeah, I'm in a small screen, so it is 2XL. So when I
Yeah.
hit the 768, the font size is going to increase. You see, the number is
Mm-hmm.
increasing. You see,
Yeah.
the text is bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Text is bigger. So I want in the larger screen, like laptop. So I would say LG. The text should be 8XL. So you see, oh, that's too big. Like when I it's the responsive. When I'm larger, when the screen is larger than 768 pixel, the font size is going to be 2XL. And
Yeah.
when the screen is
Mm-hmm.
larger than 1200, no, 1024 pixel, the text is going to be 8 pixel, 8XL, sorry. So
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that's how the terminal
Yeah. This
CSS
is
is
nice.
making our work very easy while making our website to be fully responsive. Yeah, Toby, you can continue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, that's very nice. Thank you. So yeah, let me go ahead with the next thing and show you the next property. So Tricia says she's very honored that to be featuring on the channel. Yeah, that's very nice, Tricia.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
That's very
So
nice.
essential plugins now, the next step, which is what so essential plugins, which is the next thing on the agenda. I mean, like me, we've talked about a lot of things. I'm showing you so many amazing tips. But like there are some plugins that help your workflow when working with Tailwind CSS, and there are like very few of them. But there are some that stand out really well, which is let's look at extensions now. So searching through extensions, and if you can open your extensions tab.
Okay.
So yeah, there's one called Tailwind. So we search for what keyword Tailwind. We search for Tailwind there. Yeah, awesome. So search for Tailwind, yeah. Yeah, okay. So the two most important extensions that I know very well and that will help your workflow if you're working with Tailwind. There's one called Tailwind CSS Intelligence, and there's the other one called Tailwind Docs. So Tailwind CSS Intelligence helps you like maybe if you are like trying to suggest utility classes for yourself with like configure with configuration for Tailwind. Apart from the normal VS Code intelligence, Tailwind CSS intelligence helps you with that because you can literally write some classes and suggest it for you. I suggest it for you. And there's Tailwind docs. There's Tailwind docs as well. There's Tailwind docs which helps with like documentation for Tailwind locally on your laptop. Sorry. And yeah, so Ali, if you can demo them, give me some minutes to move. Demo like the extensions. I need to like move now. Sorry.
So I should show the extension.
Yeah, talk about them. Sorry, I need to move now. That's why.
Oh, okay. So, as Tobis was teaching about the Tailwind CSS, like there is an extension which will, like while you're writing utility classes, while it's showing us so many options that we can use for styling our element. So, like if we have this Tailwind CSS extension, be if you install it, so when you go to the HTML and while you're giving utility classes like text, you see we are getting so many options that we can use like text to Excel. Like it's very good. Like if you don't know utility classes and you forgot some of the utility classes, then you when you type the text itself, then you will get so many options. Like you get so many colors
Yeah.
and it's not just for the text. Like if you write a like if you like you're giving a padding for an element, you say p. You see, we are getting all the values that we can use, like p80, p96, yeah, like px, py. Yeah, that's the benefit of using that extension while you're working with Tailwind CSS. Okay, Toby, you're
Awesome.
back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back. I had to move. Sorry. Like I had to move around. So back to Ali did a good job demoing Tailwind CSS intelligence and showing you how it works and helps your workflow when working with Tailwind. Very good extension. You should definitely try it out. So the second extension I'll be showing you is Tailwind Docs. I mean, go to your extensions, Ali, and let's talk about it. I mean, like you guys, most I still do it till this time. Sometimes I forget some classes and I still have to go to the documentation, tailwindcss.com/I think it's /docs. I still have to go to that site every time to like search for styles. But you don't need to do that all the time. You can have Tailwind docs locally on your laptop, and you just have to run the extension. So at least installing it now, and you can see you can just do
Yeah.
Control Shift P, and then yeah, you can just do Control
Okay.
Shift P, and then
Let's go
yeah, Control
Control
Shift
Shift
P.
P. Okay.
Yeah, so just type docs, Tailwind docs or something. Just like remove the greater than, remove the
Okay.
greater than. Yeah, Tailwind. Yeah, type Tailwind. No. Sorry, put the greater than back. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, type
Tailwind
Tailwind. Yeah, yeah,
box.
Tailwind docs.
Okay.
Yeah, accent color. Click on that.
So
Anyone, just
let's
click on
click
any.
the align content. So let's open
Yeah,
it.
open.
Okay, it will take us to the website.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, this is like it puts the websites directly like easy access, gives you easy access, and you don't have to, type online every time to like find the classes you're looking for. Googling and all those things. You can just have this plugin or extension or whatever you call it, Tailwind Docs on your VS Code, and then you can use it on the fly. Very awesome extension and easy to use. So these are two
Yeah.
extensions that I would suggest to use if you are a Tailwind developer,
Mhm.
whatever you call people that use
Yeah.
Tailwind. So
But
yeah,
yeah.
thank you, Ali.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like the extension, the Tailwind docs is really amazing. Like I didn't know about that, but right now I know maybe I will use it every time because once I forgot some utility classes, what I did was all like every time go to the Chrome and search Tailwind CSS and search the style that you want to apply and go and do some research in order to get the utility classes. But right now with the external like the Tailwind docs extension, we can do it very easily. Like you just name it and go to the website and copy the utility class and paste it on your elements. Like that's very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's really, really, really awesome to use and very straightforward.
Mhm.
Also, Eddie just showed up on the live stream. Eddie's watching right now.
That's
Thank you
cool.
for
That's
showing up, Eddie.
amazing. Yeah, thank you everyone. So, so
Yeah, back
the
to you, Ali.
last, yeah, okay. The last tip that I'm going to give is how, like, you see, when you're making a chords, like there are three chords in a row, like your the paragraph is too long, so you want to short each paragraph. Like you just want, like, imagine like there are five lines of paragraph, lines of paragraph. So you need
Mm-hmm.
to you just want to show three lines of it. So how to do it
Mm-hmm.
in Tailwind CSS? So imagine I'm going to say paragraph and some random text. You see, we are getting four lines of code, like four lines of text. But I
Yeah.
don't want to be it like to show all of it. I just want two lines of code. So with Tailwind CSS, we can
Mm-hmm.
say line. You see, with the extension of Tailwind CSS, we are getting some options. So
Yeah.
I will select
Yeah.
line clump 2. You see, it's
Mm.
automatically going to
Oh
remove
wow.
the it's automatically going to remove the rest of the code and just give me two lines of
Mm-hmm.
code. No, two
Yeah,
lines
and
of
use
text.
ellipses.
Sorry. Yeah.
I use this ellipsis. I like that. I like that. This is very nice.
Hmm.
And you know, this could be a trick that we could do that maybe on click of it, on click you want the text to expand, and on click you want the text to retract. So that could be something you can do like somewhere on your website or something. It's a very nice
Really?
style to apply. And
We
I'm very, yeah, I
let's
mean, like we could use, yeah,
Yeah, we can do
exactly. We can do
it.
that. Yeah,
I
exactly.
didn't know
Yeah, we
that.
can do that. Yeah, we can. It's
That's
very trick. It's a cool trick you can use. It's
Yeah,
a cool
and it's
trick. Yeah.
very yeah, it's very good for like if you're making a blog website, like
Mm-hmm.
you don't want all the text, all the information of the website to be visible. You just need
Mm-hmm.
two line of text to be visible, so you can use
Yeah.
this amazing, very simple method with two or
Mm-hmm.
with only one utility class. You can achieve that style. So
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
beauty of
Yeah.
using
Yeah.
Tailwind CSS. So this was
Yeah. Yeah.
my last tips and tricks. So Toby, you can continue from now on.
Yes, thank you, Ali. So we finally made it to the final trick. So I'm making the 10th trick that for today's episode. So the 10th tip rather or tip or trick, whatever it is. So yeah, we've shared nine so far, and it's been awesome and crazy. And yeah, so for the final tip from my own end, uh, this is going to be cool. I hope it's definitely going to be awesome. So for the
Let's
final
say it,
trick,
yeah.
I'm going to show you.
Mhm.
I'm going to show you some external libraries that you can use in your Tailwind. So yeah, there are two libraries that I know of, and one is Tailwind UI and the other is Daisy UI. So yeah, there's Daisy UI, there's Tailwind UI, and there are very two very cool resources that you can use. I mean, if you're like a React developer or if you're a Next.js developer, these are very good libraries that you can use on your like in your projects. Like with Tailwind, they already have like Tailwind components built with Tailwind. So all you have to do is like install it as dependency or something and get it to work on your project. Like use them as normal components. And all the styles are written with Tailwind CSS. But they give you some opportunity to customize and all those things. But now Ali showing us Tailwind UI site. But Tailwind UI is paid, which is the downside of it. But if you're like running a company and you still win, or if you have like working for a client or something, Tailwind UI could be a very good library you can use. You just pay for it and you get every UI side. You can look at demos, all those things. You can see Ali's playing with them. So these are like very awesome components that are all built with Tailwind CSS, like um, underneath. So they give you some opportunity to customize and beautifully crafted calendars, everything, all built with Tailwind CSS and like a bit of React or whatever if you are that kind of developer. I don't know if there are supports for other frameworks or libraries, but I know for React and Next.js, there is like support with this library, Tailwind UI. But now there is actually because of the payments that this one requires, which is the downside of it, you have to pay to be able to have access to all this. There's Daisy UI. So Daisy UI is like the free version of um of Tailwind UI because they also have like custom CSS classes. It's also a library as well. They have custom CSS components that you can use on your website or something to build stuff up. So if you check Daisy UI now, it's very limited, not as broad and extensive as Tailwind UI. It's because like it's open source, it's an open source project and it's free. So like yeah, you have like all these like classes built with very nice components built with like Tailwind CSS and customizable, usable, extensible, all those things. Like basically everything that allows you
Yeah.
to make your website very nice. Very nice components, all available. Just go to daisyui.com, or if you want to use the paid version, which is a very bigger library, you can just go to tailwindui.com. Either one works, and they're very nice libraries that you can use in your projects to do really awesome stuff. So yeah,
That's,
Zaid says link free uses Tailwind UI a lot, super helpful. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've noticed some of the styles on link free, and I've looked at the package of JSON sometime, and I think I saw it here, Tailwind UI. Like it's very nice library, and yeah, very useful and awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much everything.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
pretty much everything from my end. Yeah, if you know any other libraries, you can add them in the comments and we can check them out and share. You can share your knowledge with other people as well. But so far so good. This has been all for this live stream. We were able to share 10 tips and tricks to make to write better tailwind that make your tailwind better, scalable, reusable and readable. I don't want to come to your projects like written that I can't read your tailwind. That is very bad like practice. I want your code to be readable and all those things. So
Hmm.
yeah, Ali, go ahead.
So yeah, like as Toby said, like we did explain all the tips and tricks like about Tailwind CSS. Like they were really cool, like very amazing. Like knowing how to decrease the number lines, that the line number for each paragraph is very cool. And like how to use a transition, like when you have a button, so you are going to add two hover effect, so you only wants to have transition duration only for one effect, so you can use the transition to select which style you want to apply, and that's really cool. And about the Tailwind UI that Toby explained, are they're amazing. Like they will make our work very easy and very fast, and they will make their website to look amazing, like very beautiful. Like that's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Everything you said, Ali. And
yeah,
yeah, I mean, this was awesome. This was awesome. We spent less than like an hour. I was still able to show everything I wanted to show. So, uh, so Zaid says you might be wrong that Eddie Jawedi was right. So yeah, I mean, like it's up for a debate. We can definitely check out Linktree. Maybe in a live stream or something to see the dependencies and all those things, and try to see if we can work with them.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
Link free is also using the Tailwind CSS. Shout out. Okay, so we have lots of we have lots of amazing people in the live stream. So thank you very much, everyone. So Toby is moving. Okay.
yeah. Sorry about that. first on stream, and we're able to show everything that we wanted to show in the stream. We showed
Mhm.
you how to, apply Tailwind
Oh
CSS
my god.
most extensively, how to use some tips and tricks. I mean, I even learned from this stream, like, using some of the things that I already showed. I learned a lot, like, pretty much. And everybody's laughing at me in the comments, yeah, because I'm moving around. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, me too. Like I didn't know about the one of the extension that you explained. It was a Tailwind document. Like it was amazing. Like it will make my work very easy. Like instead of going to the Chrome and search the Tailwind CSS and search about the stuff that you want to apply, and again go to the documents and read that and copy the utility class and paste it on the class. So that's a lot of work, I think. But with Tailwind docs, we can simply say Control Shift P, like search the Tailwind docs and say text color, and it will automatically
Yeah,
send you to the docs, and you can copy and paste it. And that's amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Ali. These were very,
Yeah,
very these were like some of the highlights for me too. And we're able to show some of these things. Like, I mean, because these are things that people don't talk about very often when you use Tailwind, because Tailwind has so many hidden possibilities. And I'm glad we're able to share all of it with you guys. So without much further ado, and to stop me from causing all these nuisance I'm causing even around,
yeah.
let's just I think it's better we end the live stream very soon.
Mm. It's been 1 hour, like three
So thank you
minutes
guys.
to 8. Okay, it's been 1 hour that we are doing live stream. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's been an hour. It's been an hour. We spent a lot of
Yeah,
time on this episode. It's been an hour. Yeah, so thank you very much for hanging
yeah,
around and staying till the end. I really love that you guys came to show support. We love everyone that showed up, and we are glad you guys are giving us, some recognition, and following along and giving us your ideas and sharing your tips with us as well in the comments. So really appreciate everything. And
yeah.
yeah, that's all from my end. Ali.
Yeah, that was a good outro, bro. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming and supporting us. It was an amazing live stream, to be honest. Yeah, thank you everyone, and have a great day and have a great weekend. See you in the next live stream. Bye.
Yeah, see you in the next live stream. And I'm sure I'll be moving around like this. Sorry about today.
Oh,
Stuff
sorry,
happened.
sorry, Toby. You
So
want to talk about the? Yeah, you want to talk about the nominate GitHub star.
yeah, thank you, Ali. Yeah, I wanted to talk about like you guys, folks nominating me for GitHub Star. So I'm currently like I've been putting out yeah, I've been making some noise about it, like to be nominated as a GitHub Star. I feel like this is the opportunity to share with you guys. So you can go to stars.github.com. Let me share the link. Stars.github.com, and you can nominate me, Toby Solutions, uh, as a GitHub star. I really appreciate it if you guys did. So you can go to stars.github.com/nominate, and you can nominate Toby Solutions. That's my username on GitHub. So I really appreciate it if you did, and it will mean a lot to me. Thank you very much, folks. And
Yeah,
yeah, that's all. Toby Solutions. Check the comments.
that's amazing.
So yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's
That's
all from
all.
my end.
Yeah, that's all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
Yeah, have a great day. Have a great weekend.